So I hope I'm sharing my studio because Zoom is behaving strange today. But anyway, what I want to share in this case is something that is called the application schema. And that is not a SAF concept, it's a .NET concept in general, and it's not only .NET. This can happen in any application. It's more than OS related concept. So here what I have is, imagine that we have a customer that, well, actually we have several customers that always tell us the same. So we'll try to do a prototype for them. In general, is okay, I like SAF application. I only have a SAF web application, whatever that is, Blazor or web forms. And I love it, but I don't want to use the designer on web because it kind of sucks somehow. You do backspace and you go back in the page, not delete something. So I always wanted to do this, but I happened to have the time like 2 months ago. And what it, what I did is, like, let me explain you the solution. This solution is SAF web and Windows solution. Is the idea of this is going to is basically run a web application like SAF web forms in this case, go to a record, and that record can be anything, but in this case it's going to be a dashboard, and click edit and open the desktop designer in exactly that dashboard or record. You can use that for reports also as well. So, or for anything, it's like to do a schema communication through the OS. So basically, this is like a normal SAF application. There is nothing special in here at all. The magic happened in the setup project. So the setup project gives us the opportunity to register like registry entries and file type association and a lot of other things. So in this case, what I did is I added a setup project. I added the primary output. If view file system, you will see this is I have here the primary output of the Windows application. That's it. I have a video about this on my channel. Actually, it's the most watched video that I have with like 255,000 views. So I guess a lot of people is looking for setup projects. So nothing special here. The magic happens if you do right click and you do view registry, and then in the class root, you add an entry, like the entry can be named whatever you want, and you add a default here. So the default is I want to register this URL, the URL that is dashboard designer, and then I want to add a shell folder, and in the shell I add the default value that is open, and then inside of the open value, I basically what I do is I tell it, okay, when you see that URL, you should hold on, let me just close those stuff so I don't get notification. So basically, after we register the URL, we're telling it, okay, when you see that URL in the browser or in whatever application, you just need to go to the target dir, that is where we install the application, and open the executable and pass whatever arguments you have to the application. You can do this in any language. It's not something related to SAF or C#. Also, you can do it in Visual Basic .NET, in Visual Basic 6. The idea is the same. So let's see the Windows Forms application. In the Windows Forms application, in the program, you always have this part, right? The main. So you can use this line, this part of .NET also, to get the arguments from the command line. So in this case, I'm getting the arguments, and if the arguments are in the right way, I basically, what I'm doing in this case is I'm passing from the web application, I'm passing the connection string to the desktop application, and I'm passing the OID of the dashboard that I want to open. So basically, that's the trick. It's really like 10 lines of code, maybe a little bit cumbersome because there is not much information about this in general. There's not much documentation, but it's not difficult. There are no so many lines to do. So after that, you can do like right click and install. I have it installed already. So I'm not going to do that right now because it will take time. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to basically run the web application. In the web application, what I did is I added a page, like a landing page, like super beautiful. I just, yes, you can see the design here with two buttons, like download and run designer. So that's the only thing that I have there. So let me run this. And what is going to happen is that if this, okay, what is going to happen is that in an action, I'm going to open that URL. That URL will tell the OS, hey, someone is requesting this application to open. The same as like how Zoom or Teams works. So it will, hold on, let's finish. It started already because I have it loaded in the, so it killed my my demonstration. So let me move the Zoom bar to the side. Unless, since I kill it, say yes. Sorry for that. It's like I have that URL already open in the browser. So when I open the browser, it triggers the application. So see, this killed the surprise, but okay, let's run it again. So I'm going to run the web part, and I'm going to click in an action or in a record, and that will tell, okay, Windows application, someone is requesting you open. And since I'm passing in the arguments, the connection string and the OID of the dashboard, it will open. So it's a good way to add desktop designer to web applications. So let's wait for it. Let's log in here. Okay, so I have these two dashboards. So I'm going to open this one. And if I click open dashboard designer, it will open that URL that I registered on the setup. So see, you see it here. And if I click, this is telling the browser, okay, this URL is requesting this application. So if I click open, since I'm forwarding the connection string, it will connect to the database and open that dashboard. That is simply, I didn't do anything, just drag one control there, but it's good enough to show the flow. And just let's click on those. And that's it. Basically, this is the dashboard that we select to open in the web application. So I think this is something really cool if you have that web-only approach and you need to provide desktop connectivity somehow. And that's basically it. And again, for this, you don't need web forms or anything or Blazor or anything. The magic happens on the setup project, which is some kind of really primitive project, but really cool in this sense. You can add this functionality. Of course, most of this is not documented, or the documentation is 15 or 18 years old. So good luck with that. It took the time to put the idea together, but it's not much code, just 20 lines tops. So that's it for my demo.